Good afternoon again. I'm testing some audio here for my stream, and bear with me while I do some on-the-air testing. This is Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor, going on the air now. Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? This is Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor. Is the frequency in use? CQ calling CQ, CQ calling CQ, anyone, anywhere. This is Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor, Whiskey 2 Japan Victoria calling CQ. CQ calling CQ, CQ calling CQ, anyone, anywhere. Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor, Whiskey 2 Japan Victoria, CQ and listening. CQ calling CQ, CQ calling CQ. This is Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor, Whiskey 2 Japan Victoria calling CQ.
So Whiskey 4, Juliet Whiskey. No, Juliet Victor, I think it is. Charlie Tango 7 Alpha United Zulu.
Roger, thank you. I think I have it. Charlie Tango 7 Alpha Uniform Zulu. Hopefully I have that correct. My call is Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor, Whiskey 2 Japan Victoria. So hopefully I have the call right. Charlie Tango 7 Alpha Uniform Zulu. Go ahead.
Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor, Charlie Tango 7 Alpha United Zulu. Good evening, sir. You're 5 and 8 here in southern Portugal. You're at the Atlantic coast, about 50 kilometers from Spain, borderline from Spain. The QTH is near the city of Faro, like Fox Alpha Romeo Ocean. And my name is Bernard, Bravo, Echo, Romeo, Nancy, Alpha, Romeo Delta. Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor, Charlie Tango 7, Alpha United Zulu.
Roger, Bernard. Very nice signal. Very nice copy. I will offer you a 5 and 9, Bernard. 5 and 9 here into Long Island, New York, about 45 miles from New York City. And you have a really nice signal with very nice audio as well. And I'm looking at your picture, Bernard, on your QRZ page, and it looks like from the roof where I see an antenna poking out, it looks like I see the view of the ocean, and it looks very, very nice. Yes, I thank you for putting yourself on the map for me. I appreciate that. I really do. I don't even think my beam is exactly where it should be, but close enough. So a very good evening to you. Hopefully you're well. Tell me the equipment you're running there. You're doing such a good job. I'm running a Flex 6400M radio. With a Navasa 5 beam that's up about 50 feet. And I'm using a linear, an SPE Expert linear at about 400 watts, Bernard. Hopefully you're still copying me pretty good, and maybe you can give me an audio report. Hopefully that sounds pretty good as well. I'll take any comments at all on that. Charlie Tango 7, Alpha Uniform Zulu, Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor.
Yeah, Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor, Charlie Tango 7, Alpha United Zulu. You're coming in 8, 5, and 9 here without identification, so a really good signal. And I use your stingy antenna. I can tell you only. Actually, the R5 is broken. It's an old R5, what you see on the picture. And actually, I'm running a homebrew G5RV Mini, running from 10 to 40 meters, but pretty high up here. What you see is the height is about more or less 100 feet.
Nice copy from a station in Spain.
Anyway, and using here an Icon 7300 and using also a homebrew MOSFET linear 400 watts. That's it. I just missed your name. I would appreciate if you could repeat your name for me for the lock. But you got a nice signal, and yeah, well, propagation seems to be quite good tonight here into North America. Here from Albufeira. We have about a 5 minutes walk here to the beach. It's a nice area, and I'm retired, living here in a condo since 4 years. Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor, Charlie Tango 7 Alpha United Zulu.
Roger, Bernard. Thank you very much. Solid copy. Nice copy and a very nice signal. Yes, propagation is in fact in our favor this evening. So thank you very much for getting to me. My name is Peter. No, I don't think I gave it to you. My apologies. Papa Echo Tango Echo Romeo Peter, and we're having a good day today. We're about, I guess, Fahrenheit is about 35 degrees. We had some snow today. Really, the first measurable snow of the season, if you could believe that. So we're way under what we should get, but my back and my snowblower are not complaining, Bernard, not at all. The 7300 is well, I just love that radio. The ICOM 7300 is one of my top radios that I really think is just a great performer. Never fails, has a terrific sound to it. You can really do a lot of modifying and equalizing and profiling with the sound, and you've done a good job, Bernard, with that. That is a good radio. And a homebrew amp, you know, that's great. So you decided to go with the MOSFETs and rather than go with tubes. And I think I can know why, but in building an amp and doing a homebrew amp, Bernard, is it more difficult, more challenging to put together an amp, a tube amp, rather than what you did with MOSFETs? I'm just curious what your response is. So good for you. And the antenna G5RV, my goodness, it's doing a great job. Really a good advertisement for its potential here to North America. Back to you there, Bernard. Charlie Tango 7, Alpha Uniform Zulu, Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor.
Yeah, Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor, 67 days. I'm missing a bit from you. Well, I will put up a hex thing very soon. I have a homemade hex thing, and I'm going to do it the next couple of weeks. Will be but that'll be another priority here, refurbishing here the apartment and doing other things here. And I'm ham since 1973, and I have built a lot of antennas, but preferably wire antennas because they are easy to handle, like hex beams or Moxons. Before I had all of these big guns with straps and stuff. But the more you get, the less you're interested. But you know, you can also get good results here. It's a nice place where we are living, and you can compensate somewhat the height and the you know the near the beach. So obviously Atlantic Ocean, that helps, of course. You know, if you're inland, maybe you have a major problem. But over here, we are quite satisfied here. To be a ham. Okay, so yeah, let me see what's missing. Well, the WX here, we had some cold days here. Normally, the average temperature in January is between 12 and 15 degrees, even at night time. But the last 4 nights we had 9 to 10 degrees.
So interesting to talk to Bernard and someone in that part of the world.
Really cloudless.
And if you have a chance, it is Algarve, Algarve, in Portugal.
Somewhat spring will come back very soon here.
From my location, 3,310 miles.
In general, but we'll see. Anyway, Peter, thanks for a nice chat with you. But I think the band, maybe it's closing. I'm not sure. Anyway. So thanks for the chat. Stay safe. 73 here from southern Portugal to New York. I've been many times in New York, mostly on airports. I'm a retired airliner and been many times on the major gateways in America. But nowadays we don't travel that much anymore. Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor, CT7, 73.
Oh, thank you, Bernard. Well, you know, I'll tell you something. It cuts your life short when you have to enter the airspace here in the New York area, whether it's LaGuardia, Newark International Airport, or JFK. It can shorten your life. So good for you for being able to escape and to live in happy retirement. And also, it's a credit. You're living in a condominium area. A lot of people might automatically say, well, my ham radio career is over. Not for you. You're able with wires and with your ingenuity is able to get on the air. So good for you. And in such a beautiful location, you're absolutely right. being on the Atlantic Ocean really helps. And the other benefit is the sea air. I am sure that when you stick your head out, you can really get, if the wind is in the right direction, really pick up some beautiful, beautiful scents from the ocean. I miss being on the water. I was living on the water, not the ocean, on the bay, on the south shore of Long Island for many years, and do miss the breezes and do miss the coolness in the summertime with the breezes, and also the occasional sea air, which has just an intoxicating aroma to it. Really, really very, very peaceful. So who knows someday, but good for you. Well, thank you though for giving me a little tour of your station and of your ingenuity, your wire antennas. Your wire antennas, you can really be creative, and there's a lot of flexibility, especially if you were in an area that limits you to what you can use. Yeah, I think propagation is starting to close down a bit. 40 meters looks like it's doing pretty well right now, so maybe we'll move over there. But I wanted to test my setup here on 20 today, see how we were doing. Bernard, a real pleasure, and enjoy your retirement. Hopefully we can talk many, many more times. Really been a pleasure. 73s to you, and very good health to you. And thanks for the weather report. I'm jealous. We're at the 3 degrees centigrade, so it's been chilly, but that's how it should be here in New York in February. And we've been above average for the month of January, so we're not complaining. Be well. Thank you so much, Bernard. Enjoy. Charlie Tango 7, Alpha Uniform Zulu. Best of 73s to you, Bernard. Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor. See ya. Bye-bye.
Yeah, okay, Peter. Yeah, good transmission from your side, and good modulation as well here from your, what is it, the flex radio. So anyway, you have got here a whole collection of those here from pilot key operators donated by the widows and stuff. I'm really overstuffed with. The microphone I'm using is an old SM2. That was the first transistorized radio from an Icon 701. Unfortunately, it doesn't work anymore. There's some problems with the PLL there. But yeah, but it's the original. It's really, really, I would say, really nice microphone. Very, very small, and but very, very, I think modulation-wise here. So we use some. Let me see how much is it. A little bit of processing, but not much, Yeah, okay. So we'll see what's going on this week. We have a lot of seagulls, which are very hungry. In the morning time, a lot of seagulls are only mentioned here. That's always really, really funny. But I don't feed them too much, otherwise, you can't keep them away anymore. So they are used to get your food, and they should look for their own prey.
That's funny about seagulls.
So thanks. And thanks for a nice QSO, and see you again, Peter. Whiskey 2, shoot those CT7A, said clearance the frequency, bye-bye.
No, Bernard, you you really once again made me feel lonely for seagulls. Not so much the how shall I say, the spoils of the seagulls, but the sound. My wife and I, we really miss that sound. We don't have that here on the North Shore. Seagulls don't find much food up here on the North Shore, Long Island Sound, but nothing like the sound of seagulls in the morning as they make their way from where they slept over to the ocean and to the bays. I miss that. I do. And one comment: the SM2 microphone. I've been looking for one. They are very expensive. I have a Collins S line, and I really would like to complement that with an SM2. Right now, I'm using an Electro Voice 664, which is doing a pretty good job, Bernard. But the SM2 is a classic-looking microphone, and one that many Collins collectors use. So maybe someday. But good for you. Don't get rid of that. Hold on to that microphone. Thank you, Bernard. Thanks for sharing. I really appreciate that. Have a wonderful day, Bernard. Really enjoyed our chat as well. 73s to you. Charlie, Tango 7, Alpha Uniform Zulu, Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor. Thanks for the time, Bernard. Be well.
Yeah, bye-bye, Peter. Good night.
73's to you. Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor clear.
Italy Zulu 1, McDonald, Radio Hotel.
Roger, a couple of stations there. Italy Zulu 1, come in with your call again, please, sir.
Yes, good afternoon. The call is Italy Zulu Golf Radio Hotel, Germany Radio Hotel. The name is Stefano, Northwest Italy, over.
Stefano, buongiorno, Stefano. We've spoken before. Let's see, the last time we spoke we spoke in 2019. Where were you? Where have you been? No, maybe where have I been? Well, very good evening to you, Stefano. Sounds very, very good. Very, very good. Yep, thank you. Italy Zulu 1, Germany Romeo Hotel. Thank you so much. How you been doing, Stefano? Any changes in your station? Hope everything is well, and I hopefully you got through the COVID period without too much harm. Yeah, I rarely remember your QSL card with the yeah, right. What is that anyway? It looks like an armadillo, but I don't think it's an armadillo. It's certainly an Italian creature, I think, Stefano. Italy Zulu 1, Germany Romeo Hotel, Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor.
Okay, Whiskey 2, Juliet Echo. I said 1 Jerry. Nice to meet you after a long time. I hope all is okay. Yes, all is okay. And so, you coming here 5 by 5, 5 by 7. Not very good open this evening, but some seniors from United States, and you are very strong here. Very beautiful, strong audio. Yes, I changed it, the radio. I'm using an ICOM 7300. The antenna is 6 elements delta loop tri-band. I have 2 elements here for 20 meters, homemade. And the power is around 350, 400 watts, no more. Whiskey 2, Japan Echo, IZ1 GNH, over.
Stefano, thank you. Wonderful job. Yep, the ICOM radios never ever disappoint. Thank you for the audio report. I appreciate that. Yeah, only a couple of us here are able to seem to. Right now the band is kind of closed, but we're able to get through. Us big stations, hi, right? Well, you're a good station. You've got a nice setup with your antennas, and you know the power is just enough to get through, Stefano. So I'm glad things are stable there, and everybody is fine. And hopefully you're taking good care of your DX keeper. Hopefully you're feeding your DX keeper a lot of spiders or whatever your DX keeper wants. Really, thank you so much. Anyway, so thanks for the contact. Hopefully you'll maybe work a few more stations in North America, and I really do appreciate you stopping in today, this evening, and saying hello, Stefano. Thank you so much. Buongiorno to you. Buongiorno to you. Italy Zulu 1, Germany, a Romeo Hotel, Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor. Best of 73, Stefano.
Okay, James. Wonderful. Thank you for everything. And nice to meet you another time. I hope for many times here in 2023. Ciao, James. Enjoy the radio. Buona fortuna and many, many years. Ciao from Italy. Bye-bye. Ciao, ciao.
Well, ciao, ciao, and buona fortuna to you, to the square root. Thank you so much, Stefano. Be well, and hopefully many, many times. You're so right in 2023. Thank you so much. 7-3s. QRZ, Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor. Yeah, there's a station I heard, November, India. Go ahead again. Roger, yes, I hear you from South Carolina, but unfortunately, I'm keeping my beam to Europe right now. But I hear you, and you're about a 5 and 5, 5 and 5. Do me a favor, give me your call again. I just got, I think, Kilo 3. Give me your call a couple of times. Go ahead. Roger, yeah, the signal's weak. It's fading a little bit. Propagation is coming away, and the radio has a little bit of a hum to it, a little hum. I think. Am I correct? Is your name Russell? Go ahead. Okay, Russell, you're 76 years young. That's what I'm going to tell you because you sound good. And yes, unfortunately, I'm sorry you're having a problem with the radio, but you're in the log. I'm glad we're able to make contact, and hopefully you'll be able to fix the problem. It's certainly a little bit better than it was before, Russell. Is there anything more that we'd like to do to see if we could get it completely fixed, Russell? Go ahead.
Vertical, which is not even installed permanently in the ground yet. I've got it on an umbrella stand, but as I said, this SB1, the volume is very low after I talk. And switch it back to receive. It takes, at least 30 seconds for the volume to come back up. Over.
Okay, well, maybe I should wait 30 seconds. By the way, there's also, in addition to your carrier, Russell, there's a spike that comes up, and that must be the audio hum. There's a spike that is on. I'm looking at a pan adapter on my 6400. So with the Spectrum display here, there's a very big spike, over to the left of the carrier that also appears on the oscilloscope. Russell, go ahead. Hey Adele, what's the church in Rockville Center? What's the name of it?
So anyway, should I, when I go, get my call sign, should I put after that? Not
St. Andrews?
4 now. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Is that right?
4. Over.
I can't hear it.
St. Agnes.
Thank you, Russell. Thank you very, very much. And yes, it's that spike looks like a carrier spike. Actually, that's attached to the audio. But hopefully, I think you have some ideas of where to begin to troubleshoot. I did copy Rockville Center, and that's very familiar to me. My niece is living in Rockville Center, and she attends St. Agnes Church, beautiful church there in Rockville Center. And what a nice neighborhood. But from where I am in Northport, if I was living there, I'd have a problem putting up antennas, I think. I'd have to use wires if I lived in Rockville Center. Maybe Levittown, I'd have a better chance. But anyway, nice speaking with you. My pleasure. And hopefully next time we speak, you'll have your station a little more resolved. Thanks a lot, Russell. 73's to you. K3, KC3NI, Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor. Best of 73's to Russell. Good health. Thanks, Russell. 73's. Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor, clear. Okay, I think 20 meters is shut down to Europe right now. So I just did a little testing. I'm going to see how it sounds to me when I play it back. And if anyone wants to comment on how it sounded to them, I'd appreciate that. You could send it to my page in the QRZ, which is Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor at amsat.org. You could send it there, and I'd be very happy to read it on that. So 73's, everybody, and this is the end of the test. This is Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor signing out. Thanks.